The history of Rhymney and its inns is tied in with the development of the town as a whole. The first iron furnace in Rhymney was built in February of 1800. It was pulled down in 1902 and the stones were used to build houses. The Rhymney Ironworks Company on the east side of the river Rhymney were responsible for this build. They were later absorbed by the Romney Iron Company. The bootworks were erected on the west side of the Romney River in 1825, and it was in 1835 the Romney Iron Company was established, which absorbed both these former companies. Corner shop was already in existence in the early 1700s, but in 1825 it became the company shop for the Rhymney Iron Company under the direction of Andrew Buchan. Later, the Lawn Company shop was built in 1839. At the same time, the Rhymney Brewery was established in 1839 by Andrew Buchan as the manager of the properties. He was a strong contributor to the growth and the financial development of Rhymney. He died in 1870 and was buried in the churchyard of St. David's Parish Church, which was built in 1843 by the Romney Iron Company. Rhymney, throughout its history, has been serviced by inns, hotels and public houses. The inns were remotely located on the turnpike roads that traversed the top of the valleys from the late 1700s into the 1800s. These were stops for wayfarers, cattlemen, drovers and hauliers, and after 1792, carters and hauliers of ironstone and limestone. First turnpike road reached from Merthyr Tydfil, Irvine, via Rhymney, Tredegar and Evervale to Blaenavon. We will look at the contribution of the inns, hotels and public houses to the social activities of Rhymney later. And in this video we'll look at the locations of the various properties. The development of the public houses in Rhymney is owed partly to the establishment of the Romney Brewery in 1839. In 1878, the brewery owned 29 public houses throughout South Wales. It produced 12,500 barrels of beer. The deliveries were done by dray pulled by Clydesdale and Shire horses, of which the company owned 40, with 3 horses per dray being utilised. Beer was offered as the substitute to barley water to the labourers who worked in the ironworks, and beer cost 2 pennies a pint. In 1908, the Romney Brewery introduced its first steam-driven engines to deliver the beer, and those travelled at a speed of 8 miles per hour. The first vehicle was successful, and the company introduced further vehicles later. In 1920, the Paul Dufferin Steam Company bought the brewery and Rhymney Iron Company. In 1929, the brewery became independent as the Andrew Buchan Breweries Limited. This was expanded in 1959 with the brewery buying out other breweries around the area, and in 1966 this merged with Whitbreads. In 1967, Whitbread Wales Limited was formed with a merger of the Romney Brewery, Whitbreads and the Vale of Neath Brewery Company. From 1930, Rhymney had adopted the hobby horse on its promotional signage. I have provided a list of the various inns, hotels and public houses that were established in Rhymney. Some of these buildings were converted and used for other purposes, while quite a number of them have been demolished and replaced by other construction. We have included some of the premises names that were based in Pantawine, Toynawine, Tivanabark, Princetown, Abertusog and Pontlotin, as well as Rhymney itself. For example, the Travellers' Rest, located in Tivanabark, lies on the Bryn Oil tram road, which serviced the hauliers of minerals and materials for the iron and coal industries. Rhymney had its own coffee taverns, one located in Llechryd, the other on the Victoria Road near to where the War Memorial is located. This coffee tavern was replaced by the Victoria Hall, which was subsequently replaced by the Democratic Club, and which, on its demolition, was replaced by the parking lot of the Romney Library. It was in 1909 that this building was actually used for the Workingmen's Club before becoming the Democratic Club. We have been able to locate the names of a number of the inns, public houses and hotels in Rhymney. Starting in the north, we move our way down through the town and also deal with other local establishments. The Paulford Arms Inn in Llechryd was recognised as the oldest inn in the Rhymney area. Nearby we had the Bird in the Hand public house near Rhymney Bridge. As we move south, the Rhymney House, which became the Rhymney Inn. In Buttown we had the Windsor Arms public house. Opposite the Zion Chapel we had the Clarence Hotel. Lower down we came to the Farmers Arms Hotel, the Pennywine Inn, the Castle Hotel, the Royal Arms Hotel. We had the Democratic Club, where we had an old and a new club. We had the Working Men's Club, again an old and a new club. A Queen Victoria Hotel of two establishments, one which was on Pond Row and one eventually relocated to Beulah Hill. We had the Puddlers Hotel, which became the Puddlers Arms. On the Tredegar Road we had the Tredegar Arms, and at the lower end, Wellington Inn, perhaps being the Duke of Wellington Inn, which was located on Wellington Street near the Wellington School. If we move further afield, we had the Royal Arms Public House in Pantawine, the Full Moon Public House near the location of the wine fair at Toynawine. We had the Plymouth Arms Public House in Tivanabark, the Travellers' Rest in Tivanabark on the Bryn Oil Tram Road, and we had the White Horse Inn. We had the Prince of Wales in Princetown. We had the Bute Arms and the Rock Inn in Sodom, and as we travel further afield, the Mclaren Hotel in Abertusog, also the Working Men's Club in Abertusog. In Pontlotin we had the Empire Club, the General Picton Hotel, the Lord Nelson Hotel, we had the Shanty, the British Legion and the Blast Furnace Inn. In more recent times we had the establishment of the Rhymney Rugby Football Club and the Royal British Legions in Pontlotin and Rhymney. Many of these establishments have been demolished, replaced or reutilised for other purposes. We also had the Brewery Club to the list of establishments that were founded in Rhymney to provide social and recreational facilities. The Constitutional Club was first established at Mount Pleasant Row, but was subsequently rebuilt just below Cwm Shwn Matthew Square, behind the Queen's Square. It was subsequently demolished. The club was also known as the Connie Club. Later came the construction of the Renko Club, which later became the Hyma Club, and the Talk of Wales, located on the waste land overlooking the Rhymney River, near to where the railway station was located on the Rhymney to Abertwysog line. Social development came to Rhymney and local competitive sports were introduced. Cricket was played during the lifetime of Andrew Buchan, and in 1877 was the second most popular spectator sport after soccer. The Football Association was established in 1863 and the FA Cup was introduced in 1872. In 1881, Rhymney had its first electric light. Other developments came with the Cottage Hospital being built in 1902-03, the Drill Hall in 1910, the cinema was built in 1913, the public park in 1920, the bowling green and tennis court in 1925. However, industry also changed. Pits closed. The New Dufferin closed in 1921, the Mardy Pit in 1925 and the Pittinuith Pit in 1927. In memorial of the dead of the Great War of World War I, the war memorial itself was unveiled in October 1929 and listed 120 names. Rhymney had 3 drapers, all by the name of Griffiths. James, who was established in Top Rhymney, John, who was in Middle Rhymney, and Thomas in Lower Rhymney, with their properties named Albion, Commerce and Cuba respectively. In 1905, the Workmen's Institute was established. Dr. Thomas Jones Sage, in his memoirs, Rhymney Memories, states that there were as many public houses as chapels, at least 15, in Rhymney. It was also noted that the Rhymney Brewery also owned quite a number of properties in the area and throughout South Wales. We are fortunate to have some of the recorded history of Rhymney detailed by Dr. Thomas Jones, CH, in his book Rhymney Memories, copyright 1938, in the work of E. Edwards in his book Echoes of Rhymney, a commemorative of the Rhymney Urban District Council, published in March of 1974, and also by the works of Marion Evans, a portrait of Rhymney with cameos of Pontlottyn, Tafarnabach, Princetown, Abertwysog and Fochrw, volume 1, printed in 1994, followed by 2, 3, 4 and 5, which was published in July 2009. Marion Evans also completed the history of Andrew Buchan's Rhymney Brewery.